Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, or to the channel if you're new. So I've got a pistol build today with the new brand set that came out recently. And I've actually made a type of like a hybrid build, so you get 5 skill tiers. And there's a load of crit chance and crit damage and survivability. And there's also some melee in and stuff with bonus armor, with bloodsucker, stuff like that. If you want a good hybrid pistol build, so you can run around with 6 red cores and 5 skill tiers, stick around. If you like my content guys, like and subscribe, and let's get straight into the video. So our first piece of gear we're using is a piece of Douglas and Harding, which is the mass. Gives us 20% pistol damage. Core attribute is weapon damage. We have crit damage, crit chance, and a crit damage mod. This is the new brand set that's come out, Imminent Ornaments. So this is actually pretty decent. I actually think it's pretty good. I've made this build for basically solo players, but I'm guessing you could use this in group, but it would be kind of hard because it has here. If you have 2 pieces equipped, you get 100% increased threat, so more enemies will target you rather than your other teammates. But 1 piece you get 5% weapon damage, 100% increased threat, and you get 60% pistol damage, which 60% pistol damage is a hell of a lot of damage. I was actually quite surprised that they put that much on. So core attribute is a red. We have 6% crit chance and 12% critical damage. Second piece is the knee pads. We have a red core, crit chance, crit damage. Final piece of the new Imminence brand set. Pistol damage, weapon damage, and increased threat. We have a red core, 12% weapon damage, crit damage and crit chance, and we have a crit damage mod. And for survivability and to proc the chest talent for more damage, we have Bloodsucker. Killing an enemy adds and refreshes a stack of 10% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Max stack is 10, so you'll have 100% bonus armor, you'll have 5 skill tiers, and you'll have 6 red cores. So it's a pretty decent build. Chest piece is Grupo, which we get 13% critical damage, so more damage. We have red core, crit chance, crit damage, mod is crit damage, and the talent is Intimidate. While you have bonus armor, gain 1 stack each second up to max of 9. Each stack increases weapon damage by 4% to enemies within 10 meters. So keep this in mind. When you get a kill, you have Bloodsucker, so you get 10% armor, bonus armor. So when you get that bonus armor, this will proc Intimidate, so you'll always have Intimidate. Final piece of gear is the gloves. I decided to go with Bloody Knuckles. You could go with the Exodus gloves, which basically just drop a smoke bomb when you lose your armor and you'll get at least half of your armor back. But I just wanted more damage. So core attributes are 15% weapon damage, 6% critical chance, and we have crit damage. And the talent on these gloves, you can get these gloves from anywhere in the game guys, so don't worry about that. You can get it from exotic caches. So over the top, damaging an enemy with a grenade or striking an enemy with the melee attack activates Seeing Red. Seeing Red grants 25% weapon damage and 100% melee damage. And Seeing Red lasts 20 seconds and has a 60-second cooldown after completion. So basically when it's ended, if you just go and punch an enemy or throw a grenade at an enemy, it'll reset the talent, so you'll have the damage again. So it's like a constant 25% weapon damage. You'll see in the gameplay that it's active and you do actually get quite a lot of damage. But the other exotic that you can use is the Exodus gloves. So on armor break, drop a smoke bomb at your feet, concealing you from enemies for 3 seconds, cooldown 40 seconds. These are actually really good, these gloves. And these have the same stats. They have weapon damage, crit chance, and crit damage, but you can change it. This is up to you. This build is just a template. You can change it however you want. So the primary I have equipped, to be honest guys, even your primary and secondary don't really matter, but just for primary I've got Scorpio shotgun, exotic shotgun, has shotgun damage, damage to armor, and damage to exotic cover, and it has Serpic shock. So basically you just shoot the enemy and it puts stats effects on the enemies, poison, disorient, shock. Target takes additional 20% damage from all sources, so from your teammates and you if you want to run this build in a team. But I highly recommend not to. Secondary, I have the Lexington, the named lightweight M4, which I'm pretty sure you can't get this anymore, but like I said, you can run any weapons you want, primary and secondary. But I have expertise, I've got assault rifle damage, health damage, damage targets out of cover, and I've got preservation for survivability. Killing an enemy repairs 10% armor over 5 seconds. Headshot kills improve the repair by an additional 10%, so 20% potentially. Our main weapon is the TDI card custom, which unfortunately you can only get this from either named caches or the dark zone. So if you want this pistol, I'd recommend doing named caches if you don't like PvP, but if you like PvP, get into the dark zone, it's pretty fun. So we have 15% pistol damage and we get 1 skill tier. You own that skill tier only applies to your character when you have the pistol equipped, so if you don't have the pistol equipped, that skill tier, it won't count. Talent I've got is Future Perfect. Weapon kills grant a skill tier for 15 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. And then weapon kills at skill tier 6 grant overcharge for 15 seconds. Overcharge cooldown is a minute 30. So I thought with this new brand set, because it gives you so much damage, it gives you 60% pistol damage, I thought I'd replace the weapons talent with a non-offensive talent. So Future Perfect, it gives you skill tiers, so your skills will be better, your shield and whatever skill you want to use. And it actually does work pretty good because the amount of damage you have regardless. You'll kill enemies really quick, so the mods are crit chance, crit damage, and I have the extended magazine. So skill I'm using is the Bulwark Ballistic Shield. Default I have it at tier 2 because you have a tier from your specialization and you have a tier from your pistol, so that's already 2 tiers. And then when you get your 3 kills with your pistol, you'll be at tier 5, so you'll have 333% shield health, holstered regeneration, and active regeneration. You see in some of the gameplay that I'm using the Hive and I'm using the healing drone. So the second skill I recommend using is the Fixer drone. Because you'll go up to tier 5, you'll actually have quite a bit of healing, so some survivability. So say you kill 3 enemies, you get to tier 5 and you lose a load of armor. When you get another kill, you'll have bonus armor, and this drone will heal you over time as well. So by the time you've lost your bonus armor again, you'll have full armor. So I do recommend this skill, but it's completely up to you what skill you use, because it will go to tier 5 regardless of what you use. This is the build, guys, overall build. So we have D&H, Douglas and Harding, which gives us 20% pistol damage. I've got a Grupo chest for crit damage, and we have Intimidate. We have the new brand set, 3 pieces of it, the holster, the knee pads, and a backpack. And when we get a kill, we get Bloodsucker from the backpack, which will activate Intimidate on the chest piece. And we have the Bloody Knuckles exotic gloves, which gives us 25% more weapon damage. We have the Scorpio as a primary, we have the Lexington as a secondary with preservation, which gives us 20% armor on kill if we get a headshot. And our main weapon is the TDI card custom, which dark zone only or named caches, like I said. We get 3 skill tiers from this if we get 3 kills, so keep that in mind. That's 3 skill tiers already. We get a skill tier from Technician, that's 4 skill tiers, and we get another skill tier from the actual pistol. So we're at 5 skill tiers, and I'd recommend if you want overcharge all the time, just change one of these pieces of gear to a yellow skill tier, which you won't really see that much of a difference in damage because you have 6 red cores already, and you get damage from the chest piece and the gloves. This is actually a pretty decent build. I've done this video without modifiers because then you can actually use this in heroic or anything without modifiers, but if you put the modifiers on, you're even more overpowered. But I'll show you the stats now. So stats, I'm just going to show you the pistol because that's all you'll be using anyway. So the chance on the pistol is 60%, your crit damage is 175.5% critical hit damage. And you can replace Future Perfect if you wanted to with Killer, for example. That would be another 70% crit damage, so you'll have 245% critical hit damage, which is kind of insane for a pistol, but I'd recommend Future Perfect for the healing and the tanky shield, because you're using a pistol. So specialization I've got on is the Technician. The only reason we're using this basically is if you want to use the purple hive, which will heal your shield, you can use that. And the only other reason is for the free skill tier, because if we didn't have the free skill tier, we'd be at tier 4 when we get the free kills with the pistol. But this is up to you if you run this or not, but this is just what I run. You've got 15% sidearm damage, and then you've got your other two. I've got the shotgun for the Scorpio, and I've got marksman rifle, but it really doesn't matter. You'll be using the pistol anyway. And that is the specialization. So I hope this build actually helps some of you guys. It's not bad. The gameplay that you're watching is actually heroic. So one of the hardest difficulties in the open world anyway. And yeah, it's a pretty good build. But let me know in the comments what you've been putting this new brand set for, like how you've been making your builds, or if you have, or what you think of this build that I put together. But like and subscribe if you like my content. Thanks for watching, guys, and happy hunting.
I guess you could call that clean.
You should be able to access the morgue at the far end of the...
Head out and search for it. It could be anywhere.
The outcasts are using blood from an asymptomatic...
Don't let him break the vats.
Data analysis lab is just ahead. See what data you can grab for Kelso.
Data transfer initiated. initiated.